Top 7 Most Expensive Things Ever Stolen. Crimes that cost the world billions. They say money can't buy everything, but for some, it bought danger, deception, and the most daring thefts in human history. From billion-dollar artworks to melted gold and digital vaults emptied with code, today we reveal the top 7 most expensive things ever stolen. Each story shows human cunning at its most relentless and, in some cases, consequences that changed industries and laws forever. Number 7. The Great Train Robbery, UK, 1963. The Great Train Robbery stands as one of Britain's most theatrical crimes. In the early hours of August 8, 1963, a gang of men stopped the Royal Mail service between Glasgow and London by tampering with rail signals. They overpowered the train's crew and unloaded on 20 mailbags of cash, roughly $2.6 million at the time, an amount worth well over $70 million today. The operation was meticulously planned, and while many of the robbers were later arrested, a sizable portion of the money simply vanished. The heist became a national sensation and a turning point in how high-value cash movements were protected. Number 6. The Brinksmat Gold Heist, London, 1983. At the end of November 1983, armed men entered a warehouse near Heathrow Airport expecting to find cash and valuables. Instead, they discovered thousands of gold bars stored by airline clients. In a single raid, they walked away with gold, diamonds, and currency initially valued at around £26 million, a sum that would translate to well over $100 million today. The thieves used threats and brutality to force the vault open, and much of the loot was later melted down and resealed into the market, obscuring its origins. Over decades, investigators found fragments of the trail but never recovered most of the stash, and the ripple effects of that theft influenced gold markets and criminal investigations for years. Number 5. The Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum Theft, Boston, 1990. On a quiet night in March, 2 men dressed as police officers rang the museum bell and told night guards they were responding to a disturbance. The guards, following procedure, let them in. Over the next hour, 13 masterpieces were removed. Vermeer, Rembrandt, and other priceless works, now valued at around $500 million. The thieves cut paintings from their frames and carried them away into the night. Despite extensive investigations, informants, and leads spanning decades, none of the stolen works have been recovered. The empty frames remain on the museum walls as a haunting reminder of how cultural treasures can be lost in moments of deception. Number 4. The Antwerp Diamond Heist, Belgium, 2003. Called by many the heist of the century, the Antwerp operation targeted the world's most secure diamond district. In February 2003, professional thieves bypassed an astonishing 10 layers of security inside a private vault: alarms, infrared sensors, magnetic locks, and a vault inside a vault. The haul was extraordinary. Over $100 million in diamonds, gold, and jewelry. Investigators later found a carefully emptied vault with few signs of forced damage, as if the gang had slipped through the building like ghosts. Only one principal, Leonardo Notarbartolo, was convicted, and he never revealed the full whereabouts of the stones. Most of the gems remain unaccounted for, likely dispersed into secret markets. Number 3. The Lufthansa Heist, JFK Airport, New York, 1978. One of America's most infamous robberies took place at JFK Airport and would later inspire scenes in major films. Using inside information from an airline employee, a crew seized some $6 million in cash and valuables from a cargo terminal. The robbery was swift and precise, and within days the investigation exposed a violent trail. Many of the suspects met suspicious ends in the years that followed. While a few conspirators were prosecuted, the majority of the stolen cash was never recovered, and the event exposed how vulnerabilities inside large transit systems can be exploited by organized criminal networks. Number 2. The Central Bank of Iraq Withdrawals, Baghdad, 2003. Not every major theft involves masks and midnight break-ins. In 2003, amid the chaos before and during war, nearly $1 billion US in cash was removed from Iraq's central bank in Baghdad under handwritten authorization. Convoys left in broad daylight, and while coalition forces and investigators later recovered significant sums, much of that fortune was dispersed beyond retrieval. This was not a single gang's audacious raid, but a state-scale movement. of assets in a collapsing regime, and it remains one of history's largest instances of money moved under duress and political turmoil. Number 1. Modern cryptocurrency. Heists worldwide 2020s. The largest and most modern thefts don't need a getaway truck. They require a keyboard. Since 2020, hackers have exploited vulnerabilities in exchanges, cross-chain bridges and wallets to siphon billions in digital assets. The Poly network attack is a vivid example. Over $600 million in tokens, rerouted by clever exploitation of smart contract weaknesses. Some funds were returned amid public pressure, but the rapid rise of crypto thefts demonstrates a new reality. That digital vaults, once compromised, can be drained across borders in moments and leave almost no physical trail. Law enforcement and blockchain forensic teams sometimes trace movements, but recovering assets and securing justice in this space remains extraordinarily difficult. 7 heists, each one different in method but united by the same force: human greed and ingenuity. From physical vaults to virtual ledgers, the scale of loss teaches hard lessons about security, oversight, and the value we assign to objects, art, and digital wealth. Which of these shocked you the most? Tell us in the comments. If you want more deep dives into the world's largest crimes and mysteries, like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an investigation. In a world driven by desire, the line between genius and criminal is thinner than you think.